He was born in that house. His grandfather built it. But Gene Horner fashions his wood into musical instruments. Since 1946, he's made 96 mandolins, and he doesn't know how many banjos and fiddles. He makes them here in this workshop in the Cumberland Mountains. This is the Heartland Series.
Somehow tonight I feel lonely, my darling. Somehow tonight I feel blue. Somehow tonight these tears of mine keep falling. Come back, sweetheart, and be true.
Right on.
Did he make that?
Yes, Gene Horner made that. That is a good fiddle.
Gene made me a mandolin about 3 or 4 years ago, and these 4 positions you see here, he put his eye teeth. He had his teeth pulled a few years back, and he put his eye teeth in, but he came up with a sale. The guy up in Virginia wanted it real badly, so we sold him the mandolin. Gene made me another one. I don't have his eye teeth anymore.
About as far as you can go with that.
Tool that out?
Oh yeah, I'll hand carve all that.
Gene Horner calls himself a luthier, a maker of musical instruments, but he has given a lot more than his eye teeth to earn the title. He's been teaching himself this art practically all his life, beginning when he was a young boy.
Well, you got a picture of this place in 1939. That was the year I started formal schooling. And my goodness, that'd be about as far-fetched a thing as a young boy could come up with. I want to be a fiddle maker.
Did you play before you made your first instrument?
Yeah, that was the first thing that got me started. I soon found out I wasn't going to be much of a musician, so that's what got me into making the instrument.
With a musician's soul and a craftsman's mind, Gene learned to make what many folks say are the best instruments in our region.
How do you make that curve?
That's carved. When you're making one, you have to get a certain feel of the wood. If you leave it too heavy, it'll have a muted sound.
He hears with his hands, worn rough with years of use, but gentle enough to let him know when the wood is right.
And I can generally complete one in 65, 75, 80 hours and get it ready to varnish, and then it'll take about 2 weeks to lay the varnish on.
Do you make fiddles or violins?
Same thing. Personally, I prefer the term fiddle myself. The word violin is Italian, and the word fiddle is English. That's the difference. And by the way, if a man ever made anything perfect, it was a fiddle, because he can't improve on it. Reminds you a little bit of a woman. See, curly head, narrow shoulders, small in the waist, and spread out down here. Now, I can be consistent and get a good instrument every time. Especially in fiddles, though, about 1 out of 10 will be an outstanding instrument. While all of them are good, they just don't have that final thing that I'm looking for.
Gene Horner is as self-made and fine-tuned as one of his fiddles, a person who didn't have to move away from home to realize his dreams. His journeys were inward, perfecting a talent here in his workshop, fulfilling his life's passion in the shadow of the house where he was born.